Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Gimpy, and I'm here with part 3 of Pendragon, The Fall of Roman Britain by GMT Games. And I wasn't planning on doing another round of this game so quickly. And honestly, I shouldn't have done part 2 as soon as I did, because after watching it, after I got done editing it, I really shouldn't have been doing it. I was not on my feet enough to be filming heavy war games for YouTube, but it's alright. We got it done. Back on my feet now, though. I'm definitely feeling a lot better. This stuff is almost completely out of my system, so my luck, my kids will probably give it back to me, though. Those of you with kids know how it is. Like, you'll get something from the kid, and then as soon as you get over it, they've got something else to share with you. But anyway, I have been chatting with a lovely guy named Mark on BGG, and it is this Mark Goyen Reddy here. He is the designer of Pendragon, and he commented on part 1 of my series, and he gave me some tips on it and kind of explained where I'd gone wrong in a couple of points, because those of you who have played this understand that the battles in this game are definitely more complex than previous ones, and they are, it can really throw you for a loop on it. There's a lot to keep track of. A lot of little steps to it, and I've got the sequence of the battles down, but there were just little exceptions here and there, and what's hitting for what power at what step. So what I decided to do was to recreate our 2 battles here that had happened earlier, and he had been nice enough to take the time to type it out for me. So I'm going to just take and walk through the whole thing, led by the designer of the game himself, and talk you through how this was supposed to go start to finish. That way you guys can see it, everyone's going to have a good understanding of it, and you're getting it from the horse's mouth himself. And something else that I saw and he told me about is this flow chart here that he created. He put up on BGG. You guys can take and go print this off right now. It is a flowchart battle board for the battles. It lists all the steps out, the little conditions, what's hitting who for how hard at what point, step 0, step 1, step 2, step 3, and then when you get down here into your assaults, because these are your field battles here, then you have your assaults, or if you're doing a siege, that's over here, gets into the escalade step, or if that's skipped because of coup de main, then you're going down here to the storm step. And it lists it all out, so you can hand this over to the side and just walk down it. Definitely like this. I'm definitely going to have this sitting to the side now to make sure I stay on point. And you can combine that with another file I found on BGG, which is the number of units needed to destroy a stronghold. There are a couple of these up on BGG right now. A lot of people seem to be working on them. Showing different odds for different levels of how many dice you're throwing, whatever the case may be. Gives you the odds of successfully taking out what type of settlement it is, how many raiders or how many units you need to take out the garrison, the settlement. So definitely cool things there on BGG. Definitely check that out. These will help you guys out big time, because I kind of like the setup of this better than the one that came with the game. There is one that came with the game, but I was kind of having a hard time getting a feel for that one. I like how these are laid out a little bit better. No offense, Mark, you've done great with everything else, but I'll tell you what, give me a sec. I'm going to take and zoom in the camera here. We're going to start with Iceni, and we're just going to walk our way through it and let you guys see it step by step. Alright, so we're down here. I've got a close up here on Iceni. Do not worry about these troops here in the back. These are just to preserve the game state for me. We're only worrying about these here in the front, okay? This hill fort, the militia that's in it, and the 6 raiders that have the 2 plunder on them. Don't worry about these 2 plunder. They'll come into effect here in a sec. So I'm just going to kind of read out to you what Mark had said to me here, all right? Now, militia are halved in field battles, but not during our assault step, all right? Only assaulting raiders are halved, and that is only during the escalade step, not during the following storm step. Okay, so in the whole process, everything. So in our combat that happened here, since I had skipped the escalade step, all right, we didn't have a field battle because the single militia obviously withdrew to the stronghold. So we go into our assault step. Due to my successful coup de main roll, we skip the escalade step. All right, and where am I at on my thing? In the storm step, the two defending units, which is one intrinsic garrison in the hill fort and the withdrawn militia, kill two raiders. All right, they're hitting. Everyone's just hitting even in the storm step. No worrying about having any of that crap. Okay. While the 6 raiders at that point simultaneously kill everyone. All right, they climb the castle battlements and they storm Paris and take them all out. You know, King Ragnar wins. So where are we at here? That destroys the hill fort, and it leaves 4 raiders alive. All right, so we take away 1 militia, 1 hill fort gone, and they killed 2 raiders. Now, the part that I missed because I was so worried about trying to get my numbers right was just the after battle step, which for my raiding units would be an extra 2 plunder. It would be 3 if it was a town. But since this is a hill fort, they get 2, and it comes from off map. It does not come from this area. Now, the only way a stronghold gets destroyed is if there are surviving units. If both sides wipe each other out, like the units actually wipe each other out and there's no assaulting units left, the fort still stands. Okay, so let me make sure I'm reading it out all right here. All right, yep, that's it. This takes care of Iceni. So this is how Iceni should have ended, with 4 raiders left alive with a piece of plunder on each one of them, and they would be taken off the board during my return action that I did at the end of the previous video. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these guys and the plunder they had and bump myself up a couple for that. Now these guys are off the board, and the game state is going to remain at this point with 1 militia and 3 of the Foderati war bands there. Now Parisi is going to be a little different. Let me pan the camera over there and we'll go over what happened during that battle. Alright, now this is the one that probably confused me a little more than the other one, since it did have the escalate step, and that's really where you get the change in battle values and having this and having that and who's hitting for what strength. And definitely don't do what I do. Don't go in. This was just overconfidence on my part. I was playing it thinking, oh yeah, I got this. I've played coin before, and I got overconfident and I goofed it. So I let everyone see myself doing it. Don't do that. Go slow with it. Walk yourself through it. Make sure you're going through it step by step. So let me find my little spot here. Where is it? In Parisi. Okay, in Parisi, there was no surprise feat. I keep saying special action because I'm used to that from the other ones. Feat. The surprise feat is what allowed me to do the coup de main in Iceni. There was no surprise feat here, so there is an escalade step. All right. Now this one was the same. I had 6 raiders versus a hill fort with a single militia in it. Again, don't worry about this cavalry. I've just got him sitting there to preserve the game state. There is an escalade step during which the 2 defending units, now again this is the intrinsic garrison in the hill fort and the 1 militia, kill 2 raiders. All right, so they're hitting for half at this point. So escalate factor of 1/2 times 2 equals 1 full kill, and that kills 2 halved raiders. Okay, trying to go slow about this. So that takes care of that. That is the escalate step itself. So that leaves 4 raiders to attack them during the storm step. Now he does say it's easier to think of it in terms of each defending unit kills 1 raider, except for Duck's forts and improved hill forts where they kill 2 each. Now this leaves 4 raiders for the storm step, and here the 2 defenders, the intrinsic garrison and the militia, again kill 2 raiders, and the raiders kill, I'm knocking my little plunders around. Alright, these little plunders are on the raiders. The 4 raiders that are attacking simultaneously kill the militia and destroy the fort, leaving 2 raiders with plunder on them. They do not get the extra 2 plunder in this battle because there's no one there to carry it. Each raider can only carry 1 piece, or each unit, should I say, can only carry 1 piece of plunder. So they're full up. They can't carry any more at this point. They're good. Alright. That leaves 2 raiders alive, and battle is complete. I hope that helps clarify where I was making my goofs before. The game's awesome. It's definitely more complex than I originally gave it credit for. This battle system is definitely in depth. Absolutely slow yourself down. Take it step by step. Print out that little chart there on BGG. Walk it down the line. It really, let me back the camera up a little bit and I'll show you guys. This thing would have definitely helped me out when I was taking and doing it, because it's got all the troops listed. It's got the roles that they need to do, if it's home terrain, not home terrain, whether or not they're going to be able to ambush, things of that nature, who's attacking in which step, on down the line. And then here in the escalate step, it's got their combat factors. It's got the intrinsic garrisons listed down here. It's got it listed down here for the storm step. Absolutely beautiful player aid. This would have definitely helped me out earlier, so I'm gonna probably laminate this and keep it close by, because this is beautiful. I love this. Absolutely print it out. It'll help you out big time. But that will clear us back up to the point at which we were at. So that was yep. I only taken 1 plunder from there, so I needed to add 1 more, and these raiders come off. And now let me move these guys off as well. That actually gets us back to our correct board state of where we're supposed to be at. Everyone's here on the board. We're good to go. Oh, the camera's already backed out. And we will be picking up with the next cards good to go in part 4. And I'll play a little bit more than just refreshing the battles, but I definitely wanted to take and touch over these for you guys so you could see the exact play sequence of the battles, where it'd make the goose and all the other good stuff. If you have any questions about it, feel free to message me. I'll be happy to help if I can. Also, I would suggest reading the forums on BGG. Mark, the designer, is fully active, and that's what I love to see, and that's one of the reasons I'm wanting to support this game as much as I am, is because he's active as hell on there. All right, the guy's comment on everything. He's helping people out. He actually gives a shit if people enjoy what he's produced. He doesn't want just to make a buck. He wants people to enjoy what he's worked hard for. I respect that. I respect the hell out of that. So absolutely, if you got a question, post it up on me or BGG. I know I'll help you if I can, and if not, Mark will definitely jump on that, because he's Johnny on the spot, like really active, trying to help the players out if they got any questions. That'll be it for this one. We will pick up with our next card, and I'll definitely play it a little bit longer than I have on the past couple of videos, maybe up to the epoch, because we should be getting close to it. Anyway, you guys take care. I will see you in the next video.